Ah, banana breads. It's gotta be the ultimate comfort food, right? That perfect way to use up those sad, spotty bananas sitting on your counter. And it seems so simple, but a few little mistakes can take you from a perfect heavenly slice to, well, a total letdown. So let's get into it.
Oh, you know the feeling. We've all been there. You followed the recipe to a T, your whole house smells absolutely divine, and then you slice into it, and it's heavy, or it's gummy, or even worse, it's got that raw, gooey center. Ugh, it is so frustrating, isn't it?
Well, good news. Those days are officially over. We're about to turn those baking blenders into your best banana bread ever. I'm going to walk you through the 6 biggest mistakes people make and, more importantly, the super simple fixes that will guarantee you get a moist, flavorful, and just perfect loaf every single time.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning, because believe it or not, the secret to amazing banana bread starts way before you even think about preheating that oven. It's all about getting the ingredients and the mix just right. All right, mistake number 1, and this is a big one, using the wrong bananas. I'm talking about those greenish yellow ones. They're just not ready for the job. They're tough to mash, they're not very sweet, and they don't have enough moisture. What you really want are those super spotty, almost black bananas. Yeah, the ones you might think about throwing away. Don't. They are your secret weapon. They're soft, they're packed with sugar, and they give you that intense banana flavor and all the moisture your bread needs to be amazing.
Okay, so now that you've got the perfect bananas, you might be thinking, hey, more is better, right? I'll just throw in an extra one for more flavor. Nope, that's mistake number 2. You've got to fight that urge. Adding too much banana completely throws off the balance of the recipe. It makes the bread super heavy and gives you that dreaded, damp, undercooked middle. Just stick to what the recipe says. Seriously, you can always freeze that extra banana for a smoothie.
And this leads us right into mistake number 3, which is all about getting your flour measurement wrong. See, banana bread is this delicate balancing act. It's all about that ratio of dry stuff, the flour, to the wet stuff, which is mostly the banana. If you use too much flour, you get a dry, crumbly mess. But if you don't use enough, it's going to be a wet, soupy loaf that just doesn't bake right.
So, what's the secret? It's simple, but it's a game changer. Whatever you do, don't just plunge your measuring cup into the bag of flour. That packs it all down and you end up with way too much. Instead, do this. Grab a spoon and gently fill up your measuring cup. Don't pack it. Then, just take the flat side of a knife and level it right off. Boom. That's how you get the perfect amount every time.
Okay, you're going to love mistake number 4 because the solution is, well, it's to be a little lazy. I love this one. Do less work, get better bread. I know, it sounds totally backward, but trust me, for banana bread, this is the golden rule.
And here's why. The more you mix that batter, the more you develop something called gluten. Think of gluten as these tiny elastic bands. They're amazing for making chewy, crusty sourdough. But for banana bread? No way. It makes it tough and rubbery. So your goal is to mix as little as possible. Seriously, just stir until you don't see any big patches of dry flour. A few lumps, they're your friends. Just put the spoon down and walk away.
Right, your batter is perfect, it's in the pan, you're ready to go. Now we're moving on to part 2, what happens during and after the bake. And let me tell you, this is where a little bit of patience pays off big time. And that brings us to mistake number 5, getting impatient and pulling the bread out too early. Oh, the heartbreak. It looks so perfect and golden on top, but then you slice it open and disaster. A gooey, raw middle. When it comes to doneness, guessing is not your friend. So how do you know for sure? You use the skewer test. It is absolutely foolproof. Just poke a skewer, or a toothpick, whatever you've got, right into the center of the loaf. If it comes out with wet, gloopy batter on it, it needs more time. Pop it back in for 5 more minutes and test again. But if it comes out clean, or maybe with a few moist little crumbs clinging to it, you are good to go. It's done. Now, you'd think once it's out of the oven, you're in the clear, right? Wrong. You can do everything perfectly and still mess it up with this final crucial mistake. Mistake number 6 is all about what you do after it's baked. It's the cool down. Okay, here's the timeline you need to follow. As soon as you can handle it, get that bread out of the hot pan and onto a wire rack. Why? Because if you leave it in the pan, steam gets trapped and you get a soggy bottom. Nobody wants a soggy bottom. Next, and this is the hard part, you have to wait. Let it cool on that rack for at least an hour, maybe 2. This is so important because it lets the bread firm up, so when you finally slice it, you get nice, clean slices, not a crumbly mess.
And finally, do not wrap it up until it is completely 100% cool. If you wrap it while it's still warm, you're just trapping moisture in there, and that's a recipe for mold.
And that's it. 6 pretty simple fixes that make all the difference. Let's do a super quick recap just to lock it all in your brain for next time. Think of this as your perfect slice cheat sheet.
Okay, here's your cheat sheet. Number 1, use those really ugly, spotty bananas. They're the best. 2, spoon and level your flour, no scooping. 3, do less work. Stir just until everything's moist. Remember, no overmixing. 4, stick to the recipe. Don't add extra banana. 5, always use a skewer to test if it's done. And number 6, let it cool completely on a wire rack before you even think about wrapping it up. You nail these 6 things, and I promise you, you'll get a perfect loaf every time.
See? By avoiding these few common pitfalls, you're not just baking banana bread anymore, you're mastering it. So next time you see those browning bananas on your counter, you're going to look at them and know exactly what to do. So what do you say? Are you ready to go turn those sad bananas into your absolute best loaf yet?